Shalom, welcome to such this year is entitled Part 2, Highlights of Kinnot and Maor. So previously we mentioned Yizayim Yatet, now Chaf Aleph. So the Lions analyze that and talking about Rabbi Akiva, how somehow he was able to see a bigger picture, whether it was while he was being destroyed and tortured to death. He sees Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, whether he's on Har HaBayit, seeing the future redemption, an amazing term he coined, Mr. Lyon's future projection. Just project on how it's going to. It's not a fantasy. We have nevuot, we have prophecies of how it's going to be, but you're able to focus on that. And he spoke about his chavrusa with Rabbi D, family from Efrat, lost their family. Half family was wiped out a few years ago, and they learned together, and they talk about this idea of a future projection. Incredible idea. That's Chaf Aleph. Moving on to Chaf Gimel Alan Wycliffe. What a fantastic idea. It talks about the children of the high priest that they were put into a room together in order to be mated like animals, but they held on to their dignity. And Alan stressed the idea and the importance of going ahead and seeing individuals. Too often we become callous. We talk about hostages, hundreds of hostages, 50 hostages, even 20 live hostages. Like, do they mean anything? Have we lost our connection to each individual suffering? And he said, even the term 6 million Jews perish. No, one Jew a million times, meaning you have to try to keep that connection to each Jew. Someone who's in misery, a family of the hostages, not lose that connection. Very, very, very important idea. And we'll highlight one more in part 2 is Chaf Hey, Rabbi Sachs. It's the first time they're transitioning from Migdash-related Kinnot to later on, Worms 1,000 years ago in Germany. And Rabbi Sachs himself and his wife, when they were serving the U.S. Army, were actually there in those areas. And they toured it and it's trying to go ahead and build a connection to the communities that were lost over the years. A very interesting psychological idea. October 7th, you go to the homes and you see what happened and you could feel the pain. And you have to take that emotional identification and then try to connect that to previous tragedies in Jewish history. So it could be Mo'inach B'tzara with our Jews presently in tragedy and identify with past tragedies as well, and hopefully become more part of Klal Yisrael in that way. It's a highlight of those 3 Kinnot from Baruch Hashem, our stars and Maor. Shalom.